Welcome to Pilates and Flow. I'm Britt. Today is a Pilates Flow class. So we are combining Vinyasa and Pilates together. And we are completely bending the yoga rules today, in that we are using the ball throughout the practice and we'll be weaving in Pilates movements throughout the yoga sequence as well. So grab your ball and meet me in a child's pose. Knees wide, feet together. And you can roll your ball out in front of you with your hands on top and just sink down. Maybe your forehead reaches the ground, or maybe it hovers. Taking some slow, full breaths in and out of the nose. Two more rounds of breath. Feeling the back body expand on the inhale and release on the exhale. Come in with your ball and roll the ball with the left hand over to the right diagonal. Reach here. And coming up through center, rolling with the right hand over to the left diagonal. Rolling back through to the center. Taking your ball in between the thighs and find your way into a tabletop. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, cat and cow. Squeeze in the ball as you come into your cat pose. Finding neutral, tuck your toes, squeeze the ball, and hover the knees above the mat. Hands are flat, pressing the floor away. Pull the abdominals away from your leggings. And gently drop the knees down, uncurl the toes. Grab your ball with your right hand. Reach the arm up on the inhale, setting up for threading through. Exhale, roll the ball underneath the left arm, holding here on the side of your head. And press the floor to rise back up. Reach the ball and release it down. Step your right foot forward, coming into a low lunge. And take the ball behind your head. So we're going to press the head into the ball and also the ball into the head. And you can lean forward into that lunge and maybe lift the chin a little bit here. Open through the chest. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Return the ball to your inner thighs and return to your cat and cow. Squeezing the ball on your cat. Last one. Finding that neutral position, tuck your toes, squeeze the ball, lift and hover the knees above the mat. Keep squeezing the ball. Notice how that ball really turns on the abdominals, that squeeze, that feedback. Enjoy that sensation, that sense of connection. One more inhale. Exhale to release. Grab the ball with the left hand for thread the needle, starting with an inhale. And exhale, rolling underneath the right arm onto the left side of the head. And roll it back in, reach up. Stepping the left leg forward into your low lunge. Light on the back knee, grabbing the ball, placing it behind your head, pressing the head into the ball and vice versa. Maybe lifting the chin a little bit. Inhale and exhale to release. Take your ball between your inner thighs and find your way into a down dog. Walk your hands to your feet so we're heading toward the back of the mat. Forward fold, maybe generously bending both legs. And tuck the chin to roll up slowly. So you've got the ball between the inner thighs. We're going to find a chair pose, sitting back into the heels, reaching the arms forward. I know we always call this chair, but Utkatasana is technically fierce pose. So bringing some of that power and that fierceness into the pose, squeezing the arms toward one another, squeezing into that ball. Taking an inhale, and on the exhale, you're going to bring the hands to prayer as the heels lift. Inhale, lower the heels, stretch the arms. Exhale, heel lift. Two more times. Last one. Straighten and fold. Find your way into a plank pose. You're still squeezing the ball between the inner thighs. And this is a wonderful thing to have going on in your plank, because the tendency in our plank is for the booty to lift up in the air. So this gives you something to squeeze onto, reminding you to squeeze into the midline, squeeze the glutes. Go ahead and rock forward on your inhale, and exhale, lower all the way down, elbows in, chaturanga. Now, once you reach the bottom here, we're going to press back up into the plank, squeezing into the ball. So tuck your toes. Draw the belly away from the mat, lift your legs, squeeze the ball, and one long line, press the floor away. Return to your plank, and then find your down dog. Awesome work. Inhale into your plank. On your exhale, a little quick movement here. You're going to exhale into your down dog. Grab the ball with your right hand, step your right foot forward, and find your warrior one. Bring the ball forward and up. Squeeze the ball with both hands. Really sink into that front leg. Inhale and exhale, turning to the long edge of your mat, goddess pose. Bringing the ball in front of the chest, sinking low, knees are going over the toes. So the toes are turned out, heels are turned in. Still squeezing that ball. Reach the arms up overhead for side bends. Taking an inhale, holding that goddess pose. Exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend. Two more times. Inhale. Exhale. Light squeeze of the ball. Exhale. Inhale, holding center. See if you can sink a little bit lower. and straighten all the way up to standing, setting up for triangle pose. Ball to the right hand, turn the left foot in, right toes out. Left arm is reaching up toward the sky. And then that ball pressing into the leg, you're just gonna roll down the leg and still lightly pressing into the ball. Notice how that changes your triangle pose a little bit as you have something to press into the shin. Keep lengthening through the right side. You can stay here, or we are going to move into half moon pose with the ball or not. But if you're using the ball, it's going to challenge your stability. Bend into that right leg. Place the ball in front of you and then lift that left leg up. Lots of challenge here, so you may want to keep your focus downward. Deep inhale and exhale. Slowly bend into that standing leg to reverse your warrior, reaching the ball up and back. And cartwheeling the arms down. A little bit of a tricky transition. Left knee comes down, and we're going to spin to the other long edge of the mat. Reach the right leg long. So you're coming into a modified side plank. The ball is reaching up. You're welcome to stay here with the knee down or meet me in a full plank. And then we're going to scoop the ball back and back up. And again, exhaling as you scoop. Inhale as you reach up. 2 more times. Last one. Slowly place that left knee down. Bring the ball down. Lift the leg into the ball and lower. So we're in a side kneeling Pilates moment, pressing the ball into the leg as the leg lifts. You might find that exhaling as you lift and inhaling as you lower works for you. If not, you're welcome to do the opposite breathing pattern. The most important thing is to breathe. Let's hold this next one up and pulse. So you're pressing the ball into the leg. Keep pulsing. That right leg is nice and long. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. Meet me in a forearm plank with the ball between the hands. Holding here, I want you to think of squeezing the ball now toward the ground and release. Toward the ground and release. 2 more. Toward the ground. Release. Toward the ground. Release. You're welcome to stay here and hold if you're skipping a prone position today. Otherwise, come all the way down. Reach the ball in front of you. Lift the chest. Lift the legs. Squeeze the ball and the legs together and release. Squeeze. Release. 2 more. Squeeze. Release. Squeeze. Release. And lower everything down. Awesome work. That is a very long sequence. You made it all the way through. Come into a child's pose, reaching that ball long. But we have a whole nother side to do. So take a moment to breathe and reset. Slowing the body down for a moment here. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. And bring that ball in, taking the ball to the inner thighs. Find your down dog. Lifting the hips high, pressing evenly into the hands. Walk the hands back to the feet. Forward fold, relaxing forward, allowing the tension to roll off the top of the head and onto the floor. Roll up slowly, taking your time, coming up to standing. Reach your arms up, inhale. Exhale, find your Utkatasana chair pose, fierce pose. Option to just stay here if you want to join me for those heel lifts. You're going to bring the palms together as the heels lift and then lower the heels as the arms extend. Slow and controlled. And forward fold. Walking out to your plank. Squeezing the ball between the thighs. Rock forward. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, elbows down into the body. We're skipping our cobra and we're going to reverse back into our plank pose. So, tucking those toes underneath you, the hands are still in place on either side of the chest. Charge the legs, squeeze the glutes, squeeze into that ball, pull the belly away from the mat, press the floor away. Find that plank. And press into your down dog. Quick movement here through your plank. Inhale, exhale, bend into the legs. Down dog, grab your ball. Step the left foot forward, spin the back heel down, warrior one. Squeeze the ball between the hands, sink into that front leg. Goddess pose, so the long edge of your mat, ball comes to the chest. And reach the arms up for side bend, starting with an inhale. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, center. Two more. Sink a little lower. Straighten everything up. Triangle pose. Turning the back toes in, front toes out. Ball to the leg. Reach the right arm up and roll the ball down the leg. Holding your triangle pose. Again, squeeze and hold that ball into the shin. Notice how that really helps you kind of think about that left side lifting up in that side rather than falling down. You press into the ball and find that lift. Welcome to stay here, holding your triangle pose or moving forward into your half moon. Ball comes down, gaze at the floor, extend through that back leg. Inhale, exhale, slowly bend into that standing leg. Place the foot down, reverse warrior, cartwheeling down. Back knee comes down, turning to the other long edge of the mat. Left leg sweeps back and the arm comes up. So you're welcome to stay in this modified side plank or full plank. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to thread that ball underneath the other arm. Inhale. You're doing awesome. I know this is the longest sequence of your life. Mine too. And gently place that right knee down, press the ball into the leg, and then lift and lower that left leg. So you're resisting with the ball, making it harder for your leg to lift. The left leg is long, paying special attention to that right side, nice and long through the right side. Let's hold the next one lifted for some pulses. Keep breathing. You've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Find your forearm plank. The ball is between the hands. Start to pull that ball toward the floor and release. Pull it down, release, pull it down, release, pull it down. Really stay in your forearm plank if you're skipping prone. Otherwise, meet me on the belly. Reach the arms long. Lift the legs, lift the arms, and then squeeze the hands into the ball as the legs come in and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze, release, squeeze. You've got 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Whew. Go ahead and release. Find that child's pose again. Welcome to use the ball if you'd like, if that's comfortable. Extending through the arms. And roll the ball in, come up to kneeling. A little bit more abdominal work with the ball. You're going to place the ball underneath your feet. Sitting nice and tall, roll all the way down. And then roll about halfway up and hold for your hundreds. Pump the arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. Now, the rule with hundreds is usually you think about that 5 count breath. That doesn't work for everybody. So feel free to change that. If a 4 count breath makes more sense for you, feel free to use that. Just keep breathing. Exhale, 4, 5. Now roll the ball in towards you. So you're bending the knees, sweeping the arms forward, and then extend everything long. So right now I've got my head and shoulder blades up. You're welcome to bring that down to the mat if you'd like. One more here. Okay, hands behind the head. Leave the right foot on the ball. Bring the left knee in. Curl up toward that left knee. And then you're going to roll the right leg in to with the ball underneath the right foot. Keep going. Nice and slow. You're maintaining that neutral spine, so there's a little bit of space between your low back and the mat. Let's do 4 more. 2, and 1. Amazing work. Both feet on the ball. Reach it long. Really, really tricky here. We're going to roll up. So come through your curl position. Tuck your pelvis and see if you can roll all the way up. And then scoop to roll back down. And again, roll. Whew. And roll it back down. Let's come up to that halfway point for your hundreds. Keep reaching through the legs. Keep breathing. One more round. You got this. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll draw the knees in, roll it in, and extend long. Keep going. In and out. In and out. In and out. Hands behind the head. Left foot stays on the ball. Right knee comes in. Rotate to the right for crisscross. Rotate left and right. So up to you on the breathing. You can inhale to one side, exhale to the other. Or if you prefer, inhaling through center and exhaling over to the side. 4 more. This is your last one. Amazing. Whew. Take that ball with your feet if you want. Place it between your thighs. We're going to cool it down here, starting with a twist. Inhale in the center, reach your arms long, and exhale. Allow both knees to fall over to the right. Your gaze can be up, it can be toward the knee or away from the knees. Slowing the breath down, slowing the body down. Releasing all effort. Slowly bring the knees to the center. Take an inhale and exhale, knees over to the left. Sink into the twist. Feeling a sense of heaviness, allow the floor to support you. Squeezing the ball, come back to center. Bring the ball underneath your head for figure four, right over left. Draw the left knee in. Softening all the muscles of the face, softening the forehead and the eyes, the jaw. One more inhale. Exhale to release. Switch sides, left over right, drawing the right knee in. Slow, deep inhales and exhales. One more inhale through the nose and exhale to release. I'm going to roll over onto your belly and come into a supported Sphinx or seal pose with your ball. So for Sphinx pose, the forearms are down. An idea here with the ball is that you can place it kind of underneath your sternum. And if you want to press up into seal and come up even higher, again, bringing the ball underneath to support you and just hold here. Enjoy that stretch, reaching long through the legs, pressing the toes into the mat. Inhale, exhale, removing the ball and releasing it down. For your Shavasana, a couple of options with the ball. You can place it underneath your head, or you can place it between your shoulder blades. And if you decide to place it between your shoulder blades, you might want to extend your arms overhead. Closing the eyes, sinking down into your mat for about a minute of rest. Allow the feet to fall out to the sides. Legs are heavy and relaxed. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale, let it all go through the mouth. Slowly start to awaken, bringing some small movements into the body and gradually allowing those movements to become a little bit bigger. Place your feet on the floor. If you're not on the ball, you can bring your knees into your chest and roll over to one side and rest. Taking your time, come up to a seat. Meet me in a cross legged position. And together we'll inhale, bring the earth up towards the heart. Exhale, press the palms forward. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, open wide. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I will see you next time.